Hey everybody, so this is what if Deku was an alien, or specifically more appropriately was a predator. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna name this what if Deku was a predator. So this is what if Deku was a predator, part 1, and I actually am gonna probably like this what if a lot. So I'm just gonna disclaimer the 3 or 4 what ifs I'm gonna be continuing. So what if Deku was experimented on, what if Deku had the Omnitrix, what if Deku was an alien, and also what if Deku was Robin? Those are the only what ifs I'm going to be continuing, and I'm going to finish. So, let's start. So, basically, Deku wasn't born at this point, but Deku's mother is a member of a secret society that goes to planet, collecting and learning more about other civilizations. Not telling them the home planet, just telling the government. So so they do give them the choice to retire on a different planet if they want to, or to fall in love with a different species. So they don't have like rules on that. But so one day they did visit planet Predator because they did get a transmission from a predator on that planet. Their king. I don't really know if they have a monarchy on planet Predator, but I was gonna say since they dress like this, they probably do have a king. So their king pretty much pretty much let them come on Planet Predator, and they were all told to go on a hunt. All of their crew members did survive. None of them got killed. They got injured, but none of them got killed. And pretty much they were given a free pass to visit Planet Predator anytime they wanted to. Deku. So pretty much Inka was on that team, and she did fall in love with a predator. Black. She did fall in love with a predator, pretty much a predator related to um um what was his name? Black Killer. The predator with this mask. He has a name. It's like Black something. But yeah, she did fall in love with a predator similar looking to the app predator because they were related. And pretty much if and pretty much Inko retired on that planet and fell in love with that predator, and the predator fell in love with her too. They had they got married, or they did something like uh, I'm pretty sure maybe predators do get married. Don't really know. Maybe it's called something else on their planet, but yeah, they got married, and pretty much Inko does know their civilization. It does know how speak in their language and understand what they're saying. So Deku was born on planet Predator. So Deku was half Predator. So pretty much Deku's mother did tell Deku about Earth and how people on planet Earth were given chances to become heroes and kind of warriors. Deku was pretty much infatuated with the idea of Earth. Deku's father did give Deku a choice. When he turned 16 on his Earth years, he would be able to go on planet Earth and figure out what he wanted to do. He could come to planet Predator anytime he wanted to on holidays on their planet, or he can go live on planet Earth if he wanted to. So Deku's father did train Deku in all sorts of combat and hunting, and Deku did go through his Deku will eventually go through his recognition to fight a xenomorph and win. So Deku was given all sorts of these tricks and pretty much combat training, and Deku is a lot stronger than the average predator, and also Deku does obtain a telekinesis quirk like his mother. Deku's father did expect this, and Deku's mother did expect this too. Deku just had a quirk kind of similar to his mother's quirk. Stronger, but not like a telekinesis full on. He can attract items towards him, but just a lot faster and stronger. So Deku could attract his weapons towards him, and Deku's father saw that as a very, very useful quirk and power. So Deku was honored as a very strong warrior, and Deku had a lot of experience of fighting and combat training. Deku was also given the same armor as this, and Deku also got the same skin tone and patterning of his father's. Deku did did get a more human-like face. Deku had pretty much. Deku did have a more human-like face. He didn't really have like a human face, but Deku did have green locks instead of black locks. And Deku also had green bright eyes instead of the normal original Predator eyes. Deku also was about the maybe Deku was about the same height, like a foot shorter than All Might in canon height because Deku was a predator in this universe. And Deku did have the same muscular patterns that he did when he got trained by All Might, and Deku had more of a human-like body. He still had the skin texturing as his father, but when Deku turned 16, Deku's father gave him all the technology that he has on his planet, like the side knives, the shoulder cannon, the camouflage, everything, even the mask, the different eyesight changers, everything. Deku was also given a new technology advancement on their planet that they made from Inko's planet. Because I think My Hero Academia has more enhanced technology because, well, quirks are a thing. So Deku was given a necklace that would make him be able to turn his face into a hologram of himself if he was combined with human DNA other than Predator DNA. So Deku still had the same skin tone as a Predator, but he had the same, well, face that he had originally. So Deku, just imagine Deku, but with a Predator skin tone around his face. So Deku looked a lot more human on his face. Deku's head was shaped up to look, the pretty much combat with his body. So was Deku was given good looks to his father and his mother as well. But his mother was also told by his father to go with Deku so he won't get hurt. Deku's mother said "I love you" and to her husband, and they walked off on the ship, and they flew back to Earth. Deku's mother did get a apartment, or did get an apartment, the same apartment that she originally lived in the original anime. So Deku went to UA a couple of months after they moved there. Entrance exam, because Deku was already trained in all sorts of combat from his father. So Deku's mother did say that keep your weapons to a minimum. So Deku only brought his camouflage and his shoulder cannon, but they were camouflaged into Deku's outfit, so no one would see them. So Deku went to the entrance exam, and they started. So Deku did bump into not Ochaku but Minita. So there's a disclaimer: Minita is obsessed with the idea of aliens existing. Minita is a huge fan of alien everything. So let's say in this universe, humans do have myths about xenomorphs, but none of them know about the predator race. And Deku was told about xenomorphs from his father, about how you have to fight one and kill one and hunt one for your, well, pretty much extermination, or like passing your passing of righteousness or something like that. So Deku did learn human um a tongue from his mother, so Deku did know how to understand human and talk human. So Deku talked back, and Deku did have a more deeper voice, but probably the same voice. So Mineta did say hi, and she did look at Deku kind of weirdly, try to see what type of quirk what Deku had. So Deku said, "Well, have a nice day," and walks off. So they start, and Deku passes through everybody, passing by Ida, because predators do have more, enhanced physical prowess than humans. Because of course they do. Because did you see the Predator movie, the first Predator movie? A normal predator, slapped a human 10 feet away over a whole entire pond, just backhand him right in the face. So that's a huge amount of strength. So Deku was about maybe the same, um, because the Predator was able to catch up with a bus, so I'm pretty sure Deku was pretty fast. So Deku was running, and using his camouflage weapons to shoot lasers at the robots, destroying them. Deku also used his enhanced strength to pretty much jump over them, using his claws to try to rip out the wires out of the robots' exposed areas, taking out the robots as fast as he can, fast as he could. Deku was about to use his hidden spear that he took, but he noticed that, well, if the hero saw him take out a spear, it probably wouldn't be that, hero-like. So Deku was going to robot, taking out robots with his physical strength and some hidden weapons as well. Deku, by the end of it, Deku eventually came across a Zero-Punch robot, and Deku was about to run away, but he heard a girl screaming. Deku was still about to run away, but he did hear that his mother said that you should save people. Deku did have a kind, pure heart, and he wanted to save people that were in stress. But if Deku was told by his father that if anybody was guarded with a weapon or anybody was guarded with a strong ability, they were dangerous to you or anybody else. They were a potential prey or a target. The Deku ran over there, pushed the rebel off of Chaco, grabbed her, and sprinted off, taking her to Recovery Girl. Deku after that ran back into the model city, taking out more robots. Eventually after that, Deku went back home and told his mom that he saved the girl. Deku's mom was happy and hugged Deku. When they got the note from UA later, Deku's mother burst into his room actually, and threw the note right in Deku's face. Deku was confused and looked at it and said, "I got in the UA?" So Deku opened the note and it was All Might on the disc telling Deku that he got in the UA. Deku goes to UA the next day and is walking to class 1A. Deku opens the door and sees a blonde-haired boy arguing with the same boy that was right next to Deku. Deku was walking, but Ida stopped Deku, and Deku was a little bit annoyed. Deku did actually make his name. Deku's predator name is um I can't even pronounce it. I did look up predator names. I can't even pronounce this. I'm just gonna say Deku's human name in predator tongue is Dakin. So when I say Deku, I mean Dakin. So Ida says Dakin, but for narrowing purposes, I'm gonna say Deku. So Ida tells Deku that you were amazing. You were amazing out there, and you were incredibly fast. What's your quirk? Deku says, my quirk is kind of complicated. Deku was about to walk to his seat, but Minita comes up behind Deku and says, hey, hey, Loxy." Deku steps back and says, "Oh, snap. Hey." And pretty much, Deku does have a little bit of locks, but it still has some of that messy hair that he has originally. So Deku was told by his, pretty much, it was told by, what was it? Minita. Oh, I forgot her name. Minita, that you look pretty weird, but your quirk's kind of cool. Deku says thank you, and Minita's about to talk about Deku a little bit more. But Azara walks in class and explains to the class they're doing quirk assessments, and they get off their lazy butts and go outside. They go outside, and Deku's told to throw the ball third because Deku didn't get that high score because he didn't use his weapons. Deku was incredibly strong because he wasn't human, but Deku did get about second place in the entrance exam. So Bakugo threw the ball first and got the same score that he originally did. Deku threw the ball and he threw it as far as Bakugo did. So Deku was told that he was kind of strong by Mineta. Mineta did have her eyes set on Deku because he did live a lot, like sort of like an alien, if you could per se that, because Deku did have a sort of an alien-like texture to himself. Deku was walking in. Just for you to know, Deku's like full predator body looks like this. So yeah, Deku was in his pretty much element. He was running for the sand pit jump. Deku got about, he jumped over it easily because um predators do have a really good athletic paralysis, because you see how they jump in the air like that, and they can climb up walls. That's freaking cool. So pretty much Deku jumped over the sand pit easily. For the race, Deku got about fourth place, because predators aren't, super fast, but they're fast enough to track their prey down on foot. For the drip test strength, Deku got about third place. And after that, Deku Deku was pit in all of his scores in third place. Bakugo got second place and Todoroki got first place. So after that, Deku was about to walk home, but Minita stopped Deku and talked to Deku a little bit more. When Ida showed up and they got on the same bus and they were talking to each other. When Ida got off, Minita says, I don't know, but it's something off about you. You don't seem like you're human. Deku does sweat a little bit, but he just gets off the bus when it's his stop and says, "See you tomorrow, Minita," and walks off. Minita, Minita doesn't get it right now, but she eventually will figure it out. So, basically, Deku goes back to his room. Goes back to his house. Goes straight to his room, and his mom walks into his room and says, What is it about? Deku says, "I want to go back home." Inko says, What do you mean? You said your whole entire life that you wanted to be a hero, a warrior." Deku says, "Yeah, but I can be a warrior on my planet. I can be a warrior on planet blah blah blah, and be a hero on here. But I think a girl at school figured it out. She thinks I'm not human. I technically am not, but I am part human." Deku's mother says, "Yes, you are, Deku, but you have to realize this. You can't. In some situations, you can't tell somebody that you're an alien. Under any circumstances, if they do seem like they're trustworthy, you can tell them, Deku. But if you feel like they're gonna tell everybody, don't tell them." Deku says, "Thank you, Mom," and hugs her. And pretty much her mom walks out of the room and says, have a good night's sleep, Deku," and walks out of his room. Deku, Deku sits on his bed, contemplating about how's he gonna get that girl off his scent. Deku lays back in his bed, and he gets that urge, to hunt. Deku gets out of his bed, puts on his armor. Deku's armor basically looks like this. And this is going to be Deku's hero costume. But Deku's mask is green, but it does have that bone bottom like his father's mask. So but the bone bottom is a metallic green. So Deku is in the shadows with his just beta mask on. He hasn't added on the bone part of it yet. But Deku was looking in the city hunting somebody, and he saw a villain running away from a bank. Deku saw this and thought this would be good prey. So Deku hunted down the villain later that night to his house, and Deku busted through his door in his camouflage mode this time, and the villain was confused. Deku didn't bust down this door, but he did open it. The villain was confused, but he just went back on his bed, counting the money, and Deku was sitting right behind the villain, and snapped his neck in his seat. Deku felt satisfied because he got his hunt done, and he jumped out of the window. It's still in camouflage mode this time. Deku ran away from the building, and pretty much later that night, the news said that a man was a villain that robbed the bank recently. Later that night, his neck was snapped. Deku was in his bed, thinking about how that hunt was really not that quick. It was too quick, actually. But later, Deku's mom walked into this door, his room, and said, It's the first day of your real day of school. Get ready, Deku." And I'm gonna leave it off here. See you guys later. Bye.